So what is the best kind of content to create in your business that's going to help you get clients? My name is Jeremiah Krakowski, and for the last 21 years, I've been helping coaches, mentors, and trainers just like yourself scale their businesses to make tens of millions of dollars online. And I've personally built multiple coaching businesses over the $10 million a year mark. So I know what it takes to be able to get results, as well as how to go from just starting, struggling, to actually making things work for you. And that's what I want to talk about here. Is in the content creation game, there's a lot of information out there, but I work with hundreds of clients every single week, and I hear from them what's working and what's not. So what I want to provide you with is exactly the strategy that I think is going to work, that's working right now and will work for you as well. Okay? So when it comes to content, we have to think of it from a perspective of content is used to build trust with people. Nobody's going to buy from you unless they trust you. Okay? So you have to be able to build that trust with people. Trust is like a bank account. And when it hits a certain level, people are then willing to give you their trust as far as that goes. People don't owe you their trust just simply because you have value, have a track record, or are awesome. I mean, quite frankly, I think that I fit all those categories myself, and yet I don't expect anybody who meets me, maybe this is the first time you're seeing me, to trust me right away simply because of that and become a client of mine. Though I would love it, that's awesome, that's not reality. And so what we have to do is we have to demonstrate to people that we are trustworthy, and that when they trust us, that it is not going to be painful for them. Because here's the thing about trust with human beings. Have you ever lived on planet Earth and you trusted somebody and they violated that trust and it hurt you? And now it's not safe. And you feel like next time, I don't know if I'm going to trust somebody again. And unfortunately, that's how people feel with most coaches and mentors and trainers, and especially if they're in marketing or sales, and people don't trust people that are trying to sell them things. And so you might have the best program, the best product, the best service that's out there, and people aren't buying from you because they don't trust you. That's really the case, is what we've seen across the board in every single business. The coaches that I work with every single day, they got some of the best programs on the planet. I'm telling you. We attract some of the best people when it comes to their content, their coaching, the transformations they deliver, the track records they have. And here's yet what I found, is that people that actually have the biggest track record haven't been trained in how to build trust. Here's the problem. The people who we shouldn't trust have mastered the ability to build our trust. So it's almost like this give and take type of a thing, this inordinate imbalance of the people who we should trust don't appear trustworthy because they've not been trained in it. Maybe you're like, I don't know why people don't trust me. They should. I used to feel this way for the longest time. And then there's those that are like, they probably shouldn't be trusted. I think about politicians even, for instance. And yet people just give their all to these people. Why is that? Because there is a methodology for tapping into human trust. And when you can learn this, and I'm going to teach you some of that here in this video, and you can apply that in your content, you can get people to buy from you, okay? So here's two different types of content that you want to create in your business. Number one, let me go find a marker here. I got one right here. And I'm going to draw on the whiteboard right here. Number one type of content, this is what we call open content, okay? So open content means that it's out there and it's available. Anybody can access it. YouTube channel is like open content. Social media, Facebook page, Instagram, open content. That could be social media, that could be YouTube, this could be a blog, this could be a podcast. People don't have to register for it. They can click on it, they can find it. And this is very low commitment trust building as far as that goes. Number two is what we call closed or gated content. And this is really the more important one that you want to focus on, is that people have to register for it. You ever seen those ads where you have to give your name and email address to be able to get a training or a PDF or something like that. That's a lead magnet offer that they're getting your information to provide you with something of value. And what you want to do is you actually want to put your most valuable content gated behind people giving you their information. Okay? Here's something I want to challenge you with. I see way too many people that are out there giving away stuff that they should be charging for, and they should be making people sign up for and register for, and they're just putting it out there for free and then wondering why nobody's buying from them. The truth is that you want to do a balance of both of these right here. Now, yes, it's true. You want to give away a lot of your best content as far as that goes. If you watch my YouTube channel, you can tell I am not stingy at all when it comes to giving value away for free. But I have offers where you have to register, you have to sign up with your email address to be able to get content from me, and that grows my email list, and then that allows me to make a connection with people, and then that allows me to then sell to those people what I have to offer. Here's the thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to sell to people in your open content. And this is the part that a lot of people get wrong, is that they're trying to sell to people over here. They're trying to use this to get people to buy from them what's out there for free. Okay? This is the only place that you want to be selling to people, is once they sign up or they register for something, as far as that goes. And I meet a lot of people, they're like, well, that makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to make people feel like I'm just trying to sell to them when they sign up for something, and then they're not going to like it as far as that goes. Can I tell you this? That's in our head, and that's a thought process that we have that, again, comes from, we don't want to be like these slimy, sleazy salespeople that we've seen that are out there they only care about money. They don't care about helping people. But can I tell you this? If you are somebody, and I believe that this is who you are if you're watching this video, if you are somebody who truly cares about helping people, and you truly care about delivering results to people, it is an obligation that you owe to yourself and your future clients to follow this process and to do so confidently and boldly. And so here's what I encourage people to do, is to figure out what are the top areas of struggle and frustration and pain points that people have, not because we're trying to attract people with struggle, okay? We don't want to lead with the struggle. You want to lead with the outcome that is the negative, positive opposite of that. So think about it in terms of positive, negative energy. Okay? So if we have, this is a struggle right here. Somebody's struggling to get clients. They can't seem to make their advertisements work. The positive would be getting more clients, making their ads work, creating content that sells. People are struggling to manage their business on their own. The positive is knowing exactly how to hire a VA or do stuff like that. So you want to figure out what is the positive that's the opposite to the negative struggle that people have. You only want to know what the struggle and frustration is in your mind so that you can come up with the opposite solution as far as that goes. Now here's something really, really cool that you can do, is that you can use AI like ChatGPT to help you brainstorm what this is. And so check this out. If someone is struggling to manage a team in their business or find staff at a low cost, list out 20 pain points and struggles they have. Okay, again, we're not going to be leading with these struggles, but look at it. These are all issues right here that they might be dealing with in a business. Now, the positive side is this. Watch this. Flip all of these into positives that have a desire-based approach and act as an expert in marketing and sales copy in writing these ideas, okay? So now the ChatGPT is going to go to work, and it's going to come up with ideas for how to be able to do these things as far as that goes in a business, okay? Now watch this. Now, convert these into 20 unique YouTube video titles. And I like saying YouTube video titles because it's really trained on those names. We might use it for webinars. We might use it for Instagram Reels. We might use it for other pieces of content. But if we tell the AI to do YouTube video titles, it comes up with what I believe to be better, higher quality ideas based on these positive outcomes. Okay, now watch this. Top strategies to achieve stellar employee retention, boosting team morale, how to attract top talent on a budget, cost-effective training programs that work, preventing burnout, the secret to balanced workforce. Okay. So here's what I want to do here. Now I want to optimize this a little bit better. What if I help small business owners hire VAs? What are the struggles they deal with hiring VAs? Okay. So we're going to go in there. We're going to give the AI this as a prompt. And we're going to see what it comes up with. Here's the set: finding qualified candidates, quality control, consistency of work. Okay, so we're dialing in and we're optimizing some of these ideas with the AI. Initially, it might not give you it the best. Okay, flip these into positive approaches and outcomes using a effective, persuasive sales copy approach. Okay, and this gives you a lot of great ideas again for content. Discover top talent, find qualified VAs with ease, trust, reliability guaranteed, seamless. Okay, great. Now, convert these positive ideas into YouTube video titles. Okay? So this gives us ideas for what we could create as content if this was your niche. How to discover top talent, find qualified VAs easily. Protect your business information with VAs, effortless onboarding, quick and effective training for virtual assistants, consistency in performance, accountability assured. Let's see, strategic task delegation, focus on what matters most. This is pretty cool. Let's do this. Generate 20 more ideas based on this idea. Make them all unique. Brainstorm. Okay. So we're going to give it that idea. We're going to have it brainstorm 20 more ideas based on that one idea. Mastering task delegation. Free up your time for critical decisions. You could turn any of these ideas into pieces of content now that are related to the goal idea that you're looking to create, as far as whether it be a lead magnet, whether it be a topic for a webinar or a challenge, or you have a short training you're going to deliver, or a YouTube video, or it could be for content on your social media. And so no matter what you're doing, if you can show people that you have a solution to a problem they have, and then you can demonstrate that in your content, you're able to build trust with people as far as that goes. And there's a process for how we communicate that with people. And I'm going to give you what that process is right now. So when you're creating content, let's take one of these ideas right here. Delegate like a pro, prioritize and achieve business goals. Watch, we're actually going to have AI help us with this as well. Can you give me the difference between teaching a course on this topic and creating an engaging, persuasive, effective piece of content that drives people to purchase a coaching program on this topic? The differences between teaching versus engaging content that leads to sales. Okay, watch. So the AI is literally going to help us understand this right here. Here are the key differences. When teaching a course, your idea is knowledge transfer, okay? The primary goal is to educate them on how to do this. There's a structure to it. You're delivering content. There's a depth to it as far as that goes. When it comes to creating effective, persuasive content for sales, the main goal is to persuade the audience to become a client of yours. You want to focus on benefits, value, results that they will achieve from what you're doing. You want to capture their attention quickly and maintain their interest. You want to tell stories as far as this goes. So it's more than just teaching, but it's actually making it interactive with people to where it leads to a very specific outcome as far as that goes. And that's different than just teaching information to people. And the way that I like to do it is this, is that whenever we create a piece of content, I might start with something that teaches, but I always wrap it up and I lead it to how I can help people. For instance, we have a coaching program where I work with people on building their businesses, getting more clients, how to get more leads, how to run ads that work, and everything involved in the process of what it takes to get more people buying their coaching programs from them. And people invest into my program to do that with them. But again, in this content, because it's on YouTube, my intention is not to sell to you, but I will mention it. My goal with this is to show you what it's like to be a client of mine, to demonstrate what it's like to spend time listening with me. And so if you go through my content, if you check out how I create content, it's a great example to you of what works in the coaching business to nurture and build trust with people, where I'm giving value, I'm giving real gold nuggets of information, but I always lead to the fact that, hey, I think you should become a client of mine. I think that you should work with me. And the people who do work with me get the most results. They make tens of thousands of dollars in their businesses. Okay? And so that's what you want to do. And you want to do so confidently. You want to believe in the thing that you're putting out there. One of the number one things that you want to make sure of when you are creating engaging content that delivers for sales is having a energy that shows that you believe in what you're talking about. You're not doubting yourself. You're not second guessing. And a few ways to do this is you can either have some notes in front of you, but one of them is to train your brain to get into a state of mind that gets into a flow state. And that's what I find works the best, is that when people can get into a flow state where they're not operating out of too much thinking or logic, they're not second guessing themselves, but rather it goes from thought to speech with no lag time. I'm not taking time to think about what I'm thinking. I'm literally thinking it and speaking it at the same time. This is a skill that you can learn. The more you create content, the better you'll get at this. Have you ever noticed it seems like the best people that are building businesses successfully, they can just roll out of bed and create content? Well, the truth is that they are able to. And that's a skill that you can learn to extemporaneously share, create engagement, and sell to people. Okay? But it comes from your place of believing in yourself and having confidence. Okay? So one of the number one things that it actually takes to create engaging content is self-belief, is believing that people are going to want to listen to you. And by the way, you might be like, well, I don't know if they want to listen to me. Who cares? Who doesn't? Just believe that whoever's going to watch it is going to want to listen to you, because the truth is, in today's world, anybody who's going to spend 20, 30 minutes with you to watch a piece of content, they do want to listen to what you have to say. They do want to engage with you. They're loving whatever it is that you're sharing. So you don't need to overthink the fact that, is the right person listening? Am I saying the right things? Am I doing this the right way? We got to learn to get out of our head, break up with the need for other people's approval in our lives, and be willing to communicate boldly, confidently, without needing a lot of preparation, without being worried about people rejecting us, without needing everybody's approval. Now you might say, well, Jeremiah, in my business, for me to make money in my business, I need people's approval. Of course. We're not going to do anything that's going to make sure that people don't approve of you as far as that goes. But it's that we don't want our focus to be, I need people to approve of me or else. And that's where I notice that a lot of people get with their energy when they're trying to create content. Is they're in a needy, I need your attention, I need your approval perspective. And what this does is this repels people stronger than anything else. Because people don't want to be around somebody who has that kind of energy, that doesn't believe in themselves, that doesn't trust themselves, that is worried about if you trust them. And here's the thing. Remember what I talked about? Trust is one of the most important things. Here's the problem. When we are so focused on, I need your trust, we appear the most untrustworthy. And so one of the greatest things that you can do is to learn when you're creating content, let go of being worried or concerned with what anybody thinks about you. Just record it, just speak out, just talk, and assume. Remember, we're taught, literally, there's this whole idea, the 4 agreements, don't make assumptions. It's hilarious to me because I'm like, that is the worst thing that you can do when it comes to creating content. You need to assume that the people you're talking to love and appreciate everything that you're saying. And then it will come across great. It'll have the right energy to it. And so one of the biggest things that we want to make sure of is that we're not just delivering teaching content, over teaching, over explaining. We're not just delivering information, but we want it to be engaging. And we want it to be something that people really want to listen to. They really want to spend time with because they enjoy how it feels more than just what you're saying as far as that goes. Have you ever watched a piece of content where you're like, wow, this feels really good? And maybe you watched a movie. Maybe you watched a TV show and it felt really good to you while you were watching it. That's exactly what we're talking about. And so when we can learn how to tell stories in the right way, when we can learn how to communicate effectively, we can do that and we can show up in a way that works 10 times better than just trying to create a bunch of explainer videos that are teaching people stuff as far as that goes. One of the biggest things that I notice a lot of people make the mistake of is that they're trying to coach and transform people's lives with their free content, when you need to treat your free content as sales and marketing tools as far as that goes. This video right here is a sales and marketing tool for me to build trust with the people that I want to work with as far as that goes. Okay? And so for you in your own business, that's exactly what you need to do. You might be listening to this right now and you might be saying, well, I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to make the best content that's going to deliver so much training and so much value. People are just going to want to buy it from me because it's so good. It sounds romantic, but can I tell you this? That romantic thinking doesn't turn into cash flow in reality. And I used to be one of those people that used to have that romantic thinking that I was going to do better than all these other marketers that were out there they weren't delivering the real goods. And then I was like, wait a sec, okay. I over-delivered so much that nobody wanted to listen to it because it was so overwhelming to people what I was sharing. And they had no desire to listen to any of it. And so I had to learn how to communicate in a way that actually was effective. Instead of being like, okay, I'm going to do the best. And I'm going to make this incredible training that's going to blow their minds. That's what I used to think of when I made content. And I'll get a few hand claps, but you can't pay bills on thank yous and hand claps. So what you got to learn to do is you got to learn how to lead people with your content. You got to learn how to captivate their interest and then lead them to the outcome that you're looking for. There's a great book out there by John Maxwell called Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. And it's really an awesome book about what the most effective leaders do, how they find common ground, how they keep people's interest, how they keep their communication simple to create an experience that everybody enjoys. And I'll tell you this, the top leaders in the world, if you're somebody that wants to be a coach, that wants to be a mentor, that wants to be somebody who trains people and makes money doing so, you gotta see yourself as a leader, as somebody that leads crowds of people, that leads groups of people to an outcome as far as that goes. And when you can do that, when you can learn how to do that the right way, and you can learn what are the things to say, what's the cadence of how to say it, and that's something that I mentor people on all the time in my coaching program, you can be successful at closing sales. One of the biggest things that people struggle with is that they're so focused on the outcome that they want rather than making a connection. And so if you can make it about making a connection with somebody, really getting to know them, and you're driving things emotionally, and you're taking things from an emotional standpoint and delivering them from where they are to where they feel really good about the engagement, you provide value to them, you give them an overview of what you promised, then when it comes time to sell them something, you've built enough trust that you're the right person for them to work with. And that's what actually gets people to buy from you. And that's what the most effective people in online marketing and sales do differently than those who struggle. And I meet a lot of people who are struggling all the time. And they have the best content, they have the best training, and they have the best coaching. And yet nobody sees it. Nobody listens to it. Nobody engages with it because they're not understanding this art of human connection and this art of communication. And oftentimes I find that they've judged others for not delivering the goods as well. And that becomes one of the biggest reasons why they don't want to be like those people. So then they don't show up in a way that is effective. That their desire to do better actually keeps them in a hole where they're never reaching anybody. I find this to be the case more often than not, and I don't want that to be you. Okay? And so if you can learn to open up your thinking to the possibility of what if there was a better way to communicate with people, where we connect emotionally, where we connect with how we're communicating, and you commit yourself to learning how to do this, and you join a program like my Client Growth Accelerator that will teach you exactly the process of doing this with your offers and with your marketing and with your sales strategy, you can be successful. And so, listen, I'd love to see you inside my Accelerator program. I'd love to work with you to help you not just keep spinning your wheels around, but to actually get clients in that are going to buy from you. All right? Listen, subscribe to this channel and make sure to jump in my Accelerator program. I'll see you there. Talk soon. Have a good one.